You're comparing two texts. You find a similarity. Both are about love, or both end in tragedy. It's a start, but if you stop there, you've missed the entire point. The biggest trap in comparative analysis is mistaking a simple observation for a meaningful connection. A surface similarity is just the starting block. The real race is in the analysis that follows. The one question you have to constantly ask is, so what? Why does this connection matter? Take this common starting point. Both texts feature strong female characters. It's true, but it's analytically empty. The real work begins when you drill down. How do they navigate their patriarchal constraints? Jane Austen's Elizabeth Bennet uses wit and social maneuvering within her system. Margaret Atwood's Offred must resist through memory and covert rebellion. Suddenly, the comparison isn't just about two characters. It reveals a powerful insight. The degree of oppression dictates the strategies for resistance. In a milder patriarchy like Regent's England, you can negotiate. In an extremist state like Gilead, you can only survive. This is the engine of strong comparison. It's not just listing what author A does and what author B does. It's about synthesis. It's showing how A's critique of the American dream and B's critique of Victorian morality, when placed side by side, reveal a deeper, unresolved tension about whether truth is something real that can be lost or if it's all just a performance. Ultimately, a meaningful comparison creates a new understanding that neither text could offer alone. Connections are not the endpoint, they are the catalyst for explaining what truly matters.